Ladies and gentlemen, Franco Cavaleri. I'm here to bring our next Blitz call to demonstrate and keep us all on target with regards to building our business with Wave Nutrition. Now, as you know, Wave Nutrition has really provided a platform for many of us to reach our goals. And I'm going to talk a little bit about the product and introduce the product line today. I'm also going to talk to a special guest, and many of you have met this amazing man, DeLap. This guy has done extremely well with the Trim for Life program, not only to improve his health and improve his level of fitness, but to build his business. And, I think after talking to Les again today a little bit about our call tonight, it, came to light that, I think there are times in our lives, where things are up and down. And the fact is that the ups, sometimes we end up reaching manic states and we build business and everything seems to be going well, working hard on our fitness programs and nutrition. And then there's times, when things aren't going so well for us. And the thing is that really what defines us is not so much what defines us, and this is important, is not so much how well we're doing when things are going great, but it's how well we can do when things aren't going so great for us. And this brings me to part of Les's story tonight, and then I'll lead into some of the things that have happened to me where I've had to compromise my training for about 3 to 4 weeks. In fact, it'll probably be for another 3 to 4 weeks. And, as long as you stay with the mindset that the Trim for Life program brings you, and that mindset is that, you have 3 different levels of activity that you're applying to your body, to your lifestyle, to your mind, when you engage in the Trim for Life program and the Wave Nutrition system. And that is, we're looking at better dietary habits. That's one. The second is we're looking at supplements to help mold the metabolism. And that's our Wave Nutrition line that's carefully and strategically formulated to affect the metabolism in a positive way. And the third thing is, we have an exercise element where, we may be able to execute it at full bore sometimes. Other times we may not be able to execute it at full capacity. And some of us may be able to completely execute Trim for Life at the super extreme level, but we may live a lifestyle or have issues that may not allow us to execute it at full bore at any time in our life. And the fact is that if we keep 2 of these 3 elements rolling forward in positive momentum in our lives, whether it's the dietary component and the supplement component, or the dietary component and the exercise component, and then the supplement and exercise, and one of them is slipping, it's okay. It's okay because it keeps your metabolism rolling forward in a positive manner. So the Wave Nutrition line especially is designed to keep your mindset positive, to keep your metabolism positive. And I will talk a little bit about the products. I'll spend probably about 3 to 4 minutes overall on the Wave Nutrition line. Now, let me tell you, the more you look in the media, the more you look at the science, the more you look into medical literature, you see that inflammation plays a role not only in chronic disease, like many diseases like Alzheimer's, colitis, Crohn's disease, heart disease, but this subclinical inflammation also plays a huge role in depression. Interleukin-6, these are cytokines that contribute to inflammation. In fact, is now directly implicated in the development and the pathology of depression. And obesity is also related and closely linked to inflammation. So a lot of things that we can do in our lives to help regulate inflammation. This is not about, completely obliterating inflammatory response, but it's about giving your body the tools to help manage it. Empower is designed and is research supported, and we've done a lot of work in the medical field at the Faculty of Medicine to help your body regulate inflammatory response. And with that, your body's better able to cope with stresses in your life, with discomfort, with joint pain and things like that. And so it allows you to engage in life like you did when you were younger. Then we have Invigorate. So, first of all, if you look at Empower, if we step back 1 second, it's a great entry. It's a great entry for you to begin discussions about a product line that can change a person's life. Because every single person you engage will have a challenge because of or by inflammation. So it gives you a great topic to discuss. Go into the website, have a look at what this product does. It may be something that will help you. The other thing is, then we have Invigorate. Well, let's improve mood. Let's actually enhance the effects of Empower and target mood response and help your body manage body fat with Invigorate. Because most people, let's face it, we've talked about this many times. North Americans really have a problem with obesity and weight management. A lot of it has to do with lifestyle. There are a lot of genetic factors that contribute to that. But if we take away some of the layers that contribute to it, you help people cope. But the most important thing is not so much about focusing on the physicality of obesity, but focusing on doing something to improve general health. Because if you do nothing, that's when disease starts to compound, one disease after another. And in fact, this is one of the reasons why people have, diabetes compounded by chronic inflammation, compounded by arthritis, compounded by obesity, because the general subclinical inflammation gives rise and exacerbates all these different conditions and creates a state of health that's just not well. And so a lot of these disorders in morbidity, they coexist. And we can actually obliterate a lot of that stuff, but it does not happen overnight. You can accumulate these anomalies over a long period of time. It takes some time for these things to correct themselves with a change in lifestyle. Trim for Life gives you those tools. And the Wave Nutrition does the same by changing the metabolic momentum. We've got Wave Smart. We talked a little bit about Wave Smart, and I mentioned then, thanks to Dale, and the purple pouch, the previous Wave Beyond. Well, the Wave Smart Pro has been created as a hybrid that combines the benefits of Wave Beyond and Wave Smart. Now, why did we do that? One of the challenges has been that too many people have had a problem with trying to identify which product they could use to improve their health, which product they need to improve their health. And we need to simplify this process so that people didn't really have to qualify their lifestyle and their goals and determine which product to use. So we still have a very high biological value protein that's primarily whey, but it contains 3 protein sources. Now, this is an important thing to remember for various reasons. It contains 3 protein sources because one protein source enters very quickly, and that's your whey protein. It has a high biological value. It improves glutathione status. It helps your body recover immediately. But then there are other protein sources like micellar casein, like the pea protein, which enter slower. And they provide a longer duration for appetite control, for a longer period of time of recovery, and things like that. So there's a methodology to why it's created that way. We also see with Wave Smart Pro, you have your fiber content. These are things that you don't normally get in your diet if you're leading a fast-paced lifestyle. Fiber content, high-quality protein. You have your greens. You have your natural vitamins and minerals that come from the greens, the phytoantioxidants that come from the greens. So you have a very high-quality food in Wave Smart Pro. And then you combine them with the nutraceuticals that's Wave Empower and Wave Invigorate that supply the condition or indication-specific activity you're looking for. And you have a pretty powerful system here for all ages and all stages of life for everybody in the family. And you've got your Focus as your energy product before your workout, if you can get to that workout, or as your afternoon spike in energy if that's required. You've got your Wave protein bars, which I hope you've had a chance to try them because they're absolutely amazing. I want to go back to that protein source because I'm pointing to it because it will come back to us at the end as a question. And again, the protein source in Wave Smart Pro is made up of 3 different protein sources, primarily whey protein, then pea protein, and micellar casein. And the reason is it supplies a slow release protein that's time released and allows your body to absorb protein for a longer period of time, sustaining your appetite, allowing for recovery over a longer period of time. So it will help you lose weight if used in the program, the Trim for Life instructions to lose weight. It will help you maintain muscle and increase muscle strength if used in accordance with the instructions in Trim for Life. And again, the system is versatile. It can be used in the morning in a smoothie, like my children use it every morning, to improve the availability of immune system fuels, to provide the tools the body requires for development. So these are important products for every person in the family. Les DeLap, are you there?
Yes, sir.
So Les, I just wanted to make sure you're there before I bring you on. Well, give me another minute. I'm going to discuss and congratulate the winners of last call who received the free boxes of whey protein bars, and that would be Kathy Began, congratulations, and Deborah Lee, congratulations. So that they were definitely on the ball. Not only were they on the ball, they were the first two to respond to the question. And today you're going to get another question. And if you're on the ball and listening in to what Les has to say and what I have to say, I'll be extrapolating questions, maybe even spontaneously. If Les can give me some tools, I'll pull something from what he's doing, and then we'll have a great question for you at the end of the call that you can email to our customer service line. That's CS, customer service, at jmoceanavenue.com. That's CS at jmoceanavenue.com. So, Les DeLap, I want to congratulate you again for putting in such a tremendous effort in the past and being our champion for the Trim for Life program for one of the competitions, but over the long period, a champion that has really worked the system. And I really want to learn a little bit about your system. I know that you have no problem engaging people and meeting people and talking to them about your successes and how you can help them achieve their goals. I want you to share a little bit with us about your experience with the Wave Nutrition line and Trim for Life. First of all, in over a minute or two, how it's helped you achieve your goals physically and mentally, and then to really give us an example of how you've used it to build the business. Do you want to go?
Yes, sir. I appreciate it, and I'd also like to congratulate Miss Deborah and Miss Kathy as well. That's phenomenal, of answering and responding like that. So I want to spread that love as well. On the Wave Nutrition line, the thing that I want to share the most is, these products actually, to me, it's like they don't get the respect that they deserve. I got to admit, I didn't actually know it myself. I'm always bouncing around. I'm always in a good mood. I try to stay positive on everything. But the Wave Invigorate, you talked about it in the past about how it has a very high potency and quality of ginseng to it. And it gives you like a mood enhancer. It kind of puts you in a better mood, or it does actually. Well, I got to share that while I personally didn't think I was like in a funk or anything like that, there was people around me that were like, man, it's like, when I say people around me, I mean like my brother, people that are around me on a daily basis. There was certain things that I wouldn't do physically because of a back injury that I've been dealing with since like 07, 08. And, man, it just put that extra pep in my step. And then, I've shared the product with some other people, and they said it kind of gives them that extra little boost, not as in like a caffeine or an energy or anything like that, but mentally, the clarity of wanting to go do something, to want to go exercise, to want to go walk, and do those things and just drive them to participate that much more. So I just want to talk about, that product, and then the Wave Empower. I got to admit, since February of taking that product, we had that discussion that, when I made that call of, man, how is this product making my back feel so good, and giving me that confidence that I hadn't had in a long time. But it wasn't like a masking, it wasn't, I'm one thing that I've never done is, they've given me probably 30 to 40 prescriptions for painkillers and muscle relaxers. And I just don't like to cover up stuff like that. I don't like to mask it with stuff like that. But when it came to the Wave the Empower product, man, just what it gave me confidence-wise, and just how good it made me feel with the stopping of the inflammation. Man, that was incredible. And then the quality of the proteins. I love the sweet. I'm real stickler on what I put in my body. And, as a man, you got to be careful about soy. That's just me personally. And then also I don't like certain artificial sweeteners. With this, you use a stevia base, which is a natural, it's a plant. And, man, I love how it makes me feel. I love the taste of it. I love the convenience of it, and just what it's done for me. And then the people that I have been sharing it with, they love the taste of the shake. Miss Kathy and I go back and forth sometimes on Facebook with some of the recipes, and she's got some amazing ones. But just the ease of it, the focus. Don't want to leave that out. Man, a great pre-workout, but also 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon if you're crashing a little bit. It's a good energy product, but it's not a buzz type energy. I want to be clear on that. It's just a real smooth energy. It's got a good taste. Instead of putting it in water, you actually put it on your tongue. It's an orange flavored product. It's really, really good. And man, I'm so glad about these protein bars and about how you kept the artificial sweeteners out of them. And looking forward, to get more.
Those protein bars are addictive. If I have a box hanging around, I basically have to take my 1 or 2 for the day and put the box away.
Right. Yeah, that's you're staring at them at nighttime going, man, can I have one before bed? So, I definitely having to leave those alone. Might have to put a padlock or something on the cabinet. But thank you. Thank you for that awesome product.
But, I have to say that Invigorate, as you say, being something that takes the edge off the day, the edge off the mood, it's a critical product, I think. And people say that originally it's designed, an original intention, I think, in terms of marketing it is for weight management. But I like to call it really a life management product, life management. And that is because it helps you deal with the stresses of life. I mean, one of the biggest challenges people face when they can't control their eating really is a challenge that is generated by stress, and stress induced hormones and neurotransmitters, corticosteroids in particular, that affect the body in a profound way. So this product does help you cope with stress, and by doing so then allows you to make choices that are conscious as opposed to impulsive. And I think that's primarily more how people should view the Invigorate. And then because it allows you to make life choices that are functional as opposed to emotionally driven, then it gives you the strength and the tools to be able to run your weight management program. It allows you to be more motivated so that you can structure your day for your exercise program. But more importantly, that conscious strength and control gives you what you need then to also build your business, because it gives you the peace of mind, the strength of mind to stay cool and collected and motivated to build the business. Hey, Wes, tell us a little bit about how you approach. Give us a scenario. You approach someone. Just give us the last person you approached about the Wave Nutrition line and how you presented it cold turkey.
Well, what I'll share is if it's a cold person, if it's meaning someone that I don't know yet, I don't like the word. Some people use the word cold market. I don't like that word. I just say that it's people that I haven't met yet. It can happen in various ways, actually. We have a solution for a lot of people's challenges. So, somebody asks you how you're doing. One of the easiest ones to do is, when somebody asks me how I'm doing, I say, well, no, now I'm doing phenomenal because I'm taking this incredible product, or I'm taking, I'm on the Trim for Life program, and they, oh, well, what's that? And it's a great conversation, builder. But the one thing that I want to back up to is, I always, I'm very complimentary. And I'm genuine about it. I'm not fake about it. I'm not lying to them. I'm not trying to be salesy. But I've been taught, in my training, that people don't care what you have to say until they know they care about you first. So with that being said, is I show people that I care, and again, it's genuine. So, I might compliment them on their shoes, their shirt, their necklace, their hair, something. And that, that kind of builds the conversation. Then it's, hello, how are you doing? And, I said, oh man, I'm great ever since I got involved with Trim for Life or the Rev Up program. And, I don't want to go over the product so fast, and I'll jump back on that. But I don't want to go over the product so fast that I leave out the incredible app that you created for the Trim for Life program, and the nutrition and the meals that you suggest, and suggestions, and also exercise plan. It's a whole system. So when I meet someone again cold, if I hear them talking about, I'm always paying attention to people. So if someone says, man, I just don't have any energy, I carry Focus with me everywhere I go. I carry anywhere from 4 to 10 packets with me on purpose. If I see somebody with an energy drink, if I see somebody with a 5-hour energy, if I see somebody, dragging, if I see somebody, or if I hear someone talking about it, I'll share the product with them. Now, one important note that I want to make is I don't really have business cards. I believe in them, but I don't. And what I mean by that is, if you're going to give a product away to someone as a sample, you can put a label on it if you want to. You can have a business card. That's fine. But until you get their information, I don't give them anything, actually. So, it's about building that relationship. It's about building that rapport with that person. One of the easiest things you can say is, hey, do you happen to be on Facebook? That's kind of like, okay, well, I'm not giving them my personal information, but yeah, I happen to be on Facebook. Okay, well, what's your name, on Facebook? So that's one way to correspond with somebody. But I have no problems at all of asking someone for their contact information and just saying, hey, I'd like to follow up with you and see what you liked about the taste and see how you liked it, what you liked best about the product. And then you can, take that next step. So just paying attention to people. If you see them with coffee, hey, what do you, I see you're drinking coffee this morning. What do you do in the afternoon? Do you drink coffee, or do you take anything else? Do you crash in the afternoon? Again, it's just paying attention to your surroundings. One of the things that I will share with everybody on the phone is the easiest way that I gather customers and be able to sit down with people is actually leading with opportunity a lot of times. And the reason why is because, you'll find out if it's a totally cold situation, no discussions are going on or anything, that more people are interested in making money than they are even their own health most of the time. But when they see the opportunity and they see the wonderful product line, they become a part of it anyway, but almost by default. So that's very, very important as well. So I don't want to mix anybody up. I just want to share with you that it's situational. I think when you get launched in your business or started in your business, that one of the most powerful things that you can do is to invite some people over, share with them the experience that you're experiencing with the product. Let them taste the shake. Let them look at the product. If they're a technical person, go ahead and let them see the ingredients. I think that's one of the best things that you can do is let people know, hey, I just got started in my business. As a what do you call it? As a way of putting it, analogy. As an analogy, if you went out, Mr. Franco, if you and I went out and opened up a gym, we would want to go tell other people and invite them to the gym. So it's the same thing. It's still a business. So if you're in it and it's in your heart that these are wonderful products, it's very, very simple to share it with other people. Don't get salesy. Don't, just be yourself. So, that's probably one of the most powerful things that it took me a little bit in the beginning, was I was trying to act. I was trying to be something I wasn't. I wasn't genuine. And then all of a sudden I started just being myself. And man, next thing you know, conversations are starting left and right, and I loved it.
Les, I think that's the perfect approach. I mean, that's the way it really rolls. And if you're trying to script something and reiterate a script, say, people get that. They feel that, and it's a turnoff for a lot of people, because we are inundated with sales messages on the computer screen, on television, while we're driving, and people don't want any more of that. They want a human being sharing with them some personal values, sharing personal experiences. And what we've got here is, in Les DeLap, you've got a confident guy who's a nice guy, and doesn't come across that he's trying to sell you something. He comes across as this nice guy, and hold on a second, some people probably go, why is this guy being nice to me? right? But the fact is, you're not going in with a sales approach. You're just going in with an introduction to who you are, and looking for the opening to softly introduce people to a solution. Because really, Wave Nutrition, as we talked about last time, is really the total solution. There's a solution to every physical challenge that someone may have that is lifestyle related. And let me tell you, 90% of the problems that people have in terms of their health, whether it's physical or mental, 90% of them are caused by lifestyle, either stress, poor food choices that have basically pounded their metabolism for years and years and decades. And what we've got is the total solution. You just need to be able to profile and identify how to introduce them to their personal solution in Wave Nutrition, whether it's weight management, whether it's just improved cardiovascular health, whether it's diabetes that they're trying to overcome. I mean, I've got a gentleman the other day who was taking the product Invigorate. He's a type 2 diabetic. And he is so meticulous, he checks his blood work every day, and he maps it out, and he tabulates it. And he says, look, if this product works, I'll know because I tabulate my fasting blood sugar every morning. And sure enough, he came to me 2 weeks later and said, look, here's the 2-week report. I said, I wasn't looking for a report. He says, no, I did it because I need to confirm whether or not this product's working. Reality is it lowered his blood sugar from 10 to about 6 or 7. And, let me say this. Is it the product doing that directly? I believe in my heart, based on the science, yeah, it is. But if it's not the product, and if it's the product facilitating a better lifestyle because this person is now mentally committing to doing something about his life, there are 2 factors now that are taking place here. One is there's a lifestyle component along with the product metabolically creating a correction. So you get the opportunity to introduce people to life-changing tools. Let me tell you, people don't know how to make change. And we're giving them an app, as you said, Les, a nutritional tools, nutritional instruction, and an exercise program that can change their life forever if they commit to this thing. They just need to be on it for a long enough period of time to be able to experience changes. So, this is, your call to action to use the bars as your entry point, or use focus as Les has mentioned, if you identify someone using energy products or requiring more energy, or empower if you see that they're stiff and they're limping and they're not feeling so good, they need that little push. And don't be afraid to be their friend first, and introduce yourself as the human being you are, looking to change a person's life. I mean, that's much better than going into it with the position that you are forced into pushing a business on someone. No, you're looking to change somebody's life with a solution, a nutritional and lifestyle change that will help them achieve their goals. And once they achieve their goals, now you have spontaneous carryover or conveyance of your message. Like, if you believe in the product, you have a spontaneous message to deliver. If you don't believe in the product, then you have a sales pitch. And the sales pitch is hard to deliver and hard to get through the barriers that people put up, because they're sold every single day. These products, let me tell you, they're designed based on decades of experience, based on science. They work. And as you said, Les, when you said have them look at the ingredient list, there's not one ingredient that someone's going to say, hey, you know what? I don't know what that is. That's an unnatural chemical. Is that a problem? You can look any of these things up in PubMed and look them up in any research source, and you'll see that they're beneficial, they're not toxic. These are substances that I understand very well and know from a scientific and experiential standpoint. So I want to highlight promotions. We do have monthly promotions, and in fact, my understanding, based on the last discussion in marketing, is that there are approximately 3 promotions per month, and we're going to see 3 in October come forth. And I had some insight on some of the exciting promotions, and in fact, I'm not allowed to really discuss them, but they're pretty profound. And I understand that in 2 to 3 days, these will be launched. So look for them in the back office. Look for them from the emails that will be sent to you. FEDA has been hard at work at creating the marketing experience for you to be able to deliver these promotions. So look out for those. And the Wiki program, or our resource. We have in process now an interactive resource for you that will start out as a passive frequently asked question resource. And so we are amalgamating or compiling a list of frequently asked questions that you can source, and very shortly it will emulate a Wikipedia program where you'll be able to contribute and help modify and bring your experiences to the table to this resource. So keep your eye out for that, because that's up and coming and in the works. Do not forget to contact customer service if you need any assistance. Again, that's cs@jmoceanavenue.com. And your question. So here's your question. The first two people that answer this question correctly then will qualify for the next prize that is coming for tonight's call, and that would be Wave Focus. So this is going to be not one package, but one box of the Wave Focus. So the question is, how many protein sources do we have in Wave Smart Pro? Not Wave Smart, Wave Smart Pro. And why? What is the function of the protein sources in multiple? So the question is, how many protein sources do we have in Wave Smart Pro? And why do we have multiple protein sources as they are designed in the Wave Smart Pro? I've got to tell you guys in closing this, you've got to taste these bars. You've got to get on those bars. They are absolutely amazing. Les, can you tell us about the bars?
Yeah, they're addictive. No,
I hear you.
You know, if you know, I do in the past, I've used bars from other companies, you know, out on, you know, the street, health nutrition, and you know, if you start looking at the prices of those compared to what we have and the quality of what we have, man, it's amazing. You know, I was actually kind of shocked at the great pricing of that product, but phenomenal taste. You know, it doesn't have that leftover. A lot of the bars that I've had in the past had a real bad leftover taste, and then like 20-30 minutes later, I was hungry again. You know, one thing that I've noticed is with what you've done with the bars, is you do get that quick, you know, that kind of almost like a quick pickup, a quick boost. I'm like halfway through the bar and I'm already starting to feel something. And then, you know, but it stays. It's not, it's like, you know, the hunger digresses, you know, over a period of time. Whereas, again, a lot of times 20 minutes later, I'm ready to have another bar from another company. But the taste is phenomenal. The price is right. The quality is just off the charts. And I think, you know, the more, and I want to hit on something, whether it's focus, because focus you can take with you, the bars you can take with you. If you're around a bunch of people, just marketing tip is don't throw the packaging away. You know, when you're done eating it, kind of leave it on the table or leave it wherever you're at. If you eat one in your car and you know you're about to pick some people up and you want a conversation starter, leave the packaging out. It's a great conversation piece. So, you know, that's just another tip on it. But I'm just glad that we got one, man. Again, the taste phenomenal and the quality of it, again, just unbelievable.
Les, your tips, your soft tips is amazing because your soft tips are just so natural. You know, leave the bar wrapper hanging around as a subject of discussion. I mean, it's a natural, and it's perfect. It's a soft sell and it's a soft entry into discussion. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you so much for joining us and sharing your evening with us. Les DeLap, my main man, I want to thank you very much for taking the time to share your experiences and your direction, because really these are soft entries into discussion and sales that anybody could do. And it just takes your personality to be able to really show people how it is made easy. And it's made easy by just stepping into it hard and being yourself. Thank you very much. Don't forget to email customer service, cs@jmoceanavenue.com with your answer to that question. You should have had it all rounded up by now. Good night, ladies and gentlemen.